Jim Boeheim said earlier this season you're lucky to get 2 game-winning shots a year. Well, Coach, I guess your team is just that lucky.
And while it was disappointing that SU is not making a bowl, they were part of an entertaining game that had 137 points total, the most in FBS history. Just 13 days later, the Orange responded with a total defensive effort, forcing 20 turnovers and limiting the Eagles to 39% shooting in a 76-53 win.
The Dolphins returned 29 letter winners and 5 starters from last year's team. And just a few weeks ago, it was voted as the #1 team in the nation.
The Badgers shot 48% from three-point range in a 77-60 win over the Orange.
Syracuse football ends the week with a high-tempo practice before the spring game. Good evening, I'm Kevin Ryans with NCC Sports. Head coach Gino Babers and the squad are geared up for a spring football showcase taking place at the Carrier Dome on Saturday. For the past 5 weeks, the team has been hard at work out in South Campus prepping for the 2017 season. This morning, a few members of the defense spoke with us about how important these sessions are in terms of getting ready for the new year. Joe Girardi and crew have been on the longest winning streak since 2012. Bottom one, here's Chase Headley ripping one to deep right center field and out. 2-0 Bombers in the bottom of the first. Way to get started right there for New York. Later on in the 5th inning, here's Starlin Castro. He takes one to deep left center field, and that one is absolutely crushed into the bullpen and out. 4-1 Yankees at that point. It's now 7-1 after that home run. Very next batter, here comes Aaron Judge. He's been so good so far this season. He takes one into left field and way out of there into the middle of the bleachers. And at that point, it is 8-1 New York. And that would be certainly enough for Masahiro Tanaka, the former Cy Young candidate, strikes out Tyler Saladino swinging at the end of the 8th. Yankees go on to win 9-1. And this game would follow the script of the 5 previous ones. It would be an exciting one throughout. In the 3rd quarter, Jordan Evans, he finds it open. Brendan Bomberry at the doorstep. He puts it home, and Syracuse up 7-6. To the 4th quarter we go. Cade Van Ronthorst hits Jack Bruckner in stride, and he rips some twine past Evan Malloy. Duke builds a 2-goal lead. Dan Varela, who came in for the struggling Ben Williams, wins the faceoff right here, gets into the offensive zone, and finds Brendan Bomberry, who fires and scores. Syracuse within a goal. Bomberry netted 2 on the afternoon. In the final minute, Nick Mariano is closely guarded by a defender, but it doesn't matter. He puts it in the back of the net, and Syracuse ties the game at 11. Mariano finished the game with 4 points. To overtime we go. Sergio Salcido streaks into the box, finds Jamie Trimboli, the freshman making his first start in front of the SU fans, buries it, and the Orange beat Duke 12-11.
Everyone's been so happy that this is actually an event that brings people together.
It's an event unlike any other on the Syracuse University campus.
The fact that we have everybody participating regardless of disability or without a disability makes this so special and so great.
About 200 people gathered inside the women's building at Syracuse University for Orange Ability. Sponsored by the Disability Student Union and the Disability Cultural Center, the event is an accessibility expo aimed at giving kids with disabilities a chance to participate in athletics. Disability Student Union Vice President Rachel Langer says the expo provides a safe place for those with disabilities.
People don't realize, or even around campus, how unaccessible I guess it is for people with disabilities, and just even if you're on crutches, just like it's hard sometimes.
And one of the goals of the Disability Student Union and the Students Association here at SU is to spread inclusivity around campus. And that includes having these accessible bikes available for students.
And it's just so important in a big university like this to have these type of events where everyone can participate and everyone can have fun.
Disability Cultural Center Director Diane Weiner says there's been an ongoing commitment on the SU campus for all people to be included in events. Weiner stresses everyone in some way is affected by someone with a disability.
People really do have an emotional and very philosophical connection to this event. People tell me all the time that they feel like it's one of the few places where they really feel welcomed and included. And I hope that someday, truly, that happens all the time for everyone.
Making a mark on a big-time program can be pretty tough as a transfer with 1 year of eligibility. But don't tell that to graduate forward Andrew White, who knew coming to Syracuse would be a great opportunity to win.
But obviously this is my last year here, and I mean, there'll be a lot of opportunities to play good ball, and, that's what I'm looking forward to, playing at as high a level as possible.
Over the course of the season, White has turned himself into a volume scorer. In SU's last 7 games, White has scored 20 points or more, and head coach Jim Boeheim loves it.
He's been great. I mean, he's played great down the stretch, takes big shots, makes big plays. He's been great in the game situations.
No SU player has scored at this rate since Demetrius Nichols had 6 games of 20 points or more in 06-07. The reason for White's scoring surge? A newfound offensive versatility. The forward can shoot with the best in the ACC, but this season White has shown the ability to put the ball on the floor.
He's been a little more aggressive. I think we're running a few more sets for him. He's putting it on the floor a little better. He's looking to score. He's strong. He's deceptively strong. He's a very, very good offensive player.
Ask any of his teammates, though, it isn't the scoring where the sharpshooter makes his mark.
He's a veteran, a leader, and whenever we need big shots, we look to him. We give him the ball.
Well, with me, he's always telling me to keep on going, especially as a freshman. So he just brings a lot of maturity to the team that we definitely need.
White especially shows that maturity and leadership after each and every Orange game. The forward puts each contest into a positive perspective.
We come out every game expecting to win despite what's happened the previous games, and we're going to fight to the end of the year, whether that's tomorrow or in a couple months. We're going to give everything we have.
It's too early to tell whether White's contributions mean the Cuse makes a run at the NCAA tournament. But what we do know is White is a leader, a great teammate to all, and a high contributor to a team that competes in every game. A promise made by White earlier in the season to leave his mark on SU basketball has certainly been delivered. Kevin Ryans, Citrus TV.